Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're unpacking a really detailed, recent industry guide published by GymRoute. It's all about breaking down the absolute best gym management software alternatives for 2026. We're keeping things super sharp and clean today. Think a classic blue, black, and white aesthetic, which, perfectly matches the kind of operational clarity we want to bring to your fitness business over the next few minutes. Let's get right into it.
So let's kick things off with a pretty tough question, one that independent gym and boutique studio owners literally face every single day. Is your management software acting more like a massive bottleneck rather than an actual tool? We've all been there, right? Paying top dollar for a system that just kind of doesn't fit the way we actually run our facilities.
Here's our roadmap for today's explainer. 1. The Mindbody friction. 2. Core gym software features. 3. Top all-in-one platforms. 4. The niche specialists. And finally, 5. Future fitness tech trends. Section 1. The Mindbody friction and why gym owners are exploring alternatives. According to GymRoute's guide, gym owners are increasingly jumping ship from the industry incumbent, Mindbody, and they're doing it for a few very specific, recurring operational and financial reasons. Just think about this per-location pricing structure for a second. A 5-location gym on Mindbody's most basic starter tier ends up paying a steep minimum of $500 a month. And remember, that's before any processing fees or extra add-ons. It's basically a model that penalizes you for growing your business footprint, which is exactly the opposite of what you want. And then there's the 20% commission fee. Yeah, 20%. Mindbody takes this massive cut on a new client's first purchase if it's made through their consumer marketplace. And to make matters worse, the guide argues that this marketplace actively lists your gym right next door to your direct local competitors. Talk about diluting your brand's unique appeal, right? So the crucial point the source makes here is the stark contrast between two very different business models. On one hand, you have the incumbents model, rigid 24-month minimum contracts that scale up your costs every time you open a new location. But on the other hand, you have the modern alternative. We're talking transparent, flat monthly pricing with flexible terms. The kind of terms that actually support your growth rather than taxing it. Moving on to Section 2, Core Gym Software Features. Basically, the modern gym's tech stack. Now, before we even get into the specific alternatives, the article insists that you've got to get crystal clear on the core, non-negotiable features you actually need. I mean, why pay for a sprawling list of tools built for hair salons and spas if you're running a high-intensity gym? So what exactly makes up a solid foundational tech stack? Well, the guide identifies 7 absolute essentials for running a modern gym effectively. Think about things like a native CRM so your prospects don't just disappear into endless text threads. Or automated dunning, which is an absolute lifesaver for automatically retrying failed member payments. And of course, seamless access control that ties a member's active status directly to your 24/7 front door lock. That brings us to Section 3, Top all-in-one platforms, the broad spectrum contenders. The guide categorizes the alternatives based on operational style, kicking things off with 3 platforms they identify as the absolute strongest broad spectrum picks for independent gyms. When you compare the starting prices and core functionalities of these top 3, you can really quickly see how each platform bundles their essential tools differently. It's all about meeting different operational needs and, of course, navigating various budget constraints. First up is GymRoute. Now, full disclosure, this article was actually published by GymRoute themselves, so it's no surprise they highlight their own platform as the top choice. But they make a compelling case for owners who want comprehensive operations and marketing, all bundled tightly under a single login. They really emphasize their transparent, flat pricing model, noting it stays well under $200 a month with absolutely 0 per location fees. Next, for brand new gyms operating on a super tight budget, the source points to PushPress as a really strong alternative. It actually offers a totally free entry point for basic scheduling and billing, which is huge when you're just starting out. But what makes it truly unique is its modular approach. You can just plug in marketing features like their Grow add-on, only when your business is actually ready to scale up. Finally, rounding out this all-in-one broad spectrum category, the text recommends GymDesk. This one gets high praise for budget-conscious small studios that just want integrated tools with 0 paywalled features. Plus, it's known for an incredibly fast, straightforward setup process, which is a massive win if you're not super tech-savvy. Okay, Section 4, the niche specialists. Finding your perfect match. Because let's face it, what if your facility isn't just a standard general fitness gym?
If you've got highly specific needs, the source groups the remaining 6 platforms by their specialized demographics, helping you find exactly what fits your unique business model.
This is honestly where the market segmentation gets really smart. Think about it. A martial arts dojo has completely different needs, like belt and rank tracking through a platform like Zen Planner, right? Contrast that with a boutique studio that might prioritize a super premium branded mobile app experience, which is exactly what GlowFox specializes in providing.
And for those highly performance-driven spaces, particularly CrossFit boxes, the source notes that Wodify is pretty much the go-to. It gives you that specialized personal record tracking, daily workout logging, and those competitive leaderboards that the more general all-in-one platforms simply don't have the depth for. Then there's Wellness Living. The explainer points out that this platform acts as a really direct, comprehensive substitute for wellness and yoga studios. If you're someone who actually loves Mindbody's massive, sprawling breadth of features, but you're just hunting for much more favorable pricing, Wellness Living essentially mirrors that entire extensive suite. To round out this niche list, the source highlights Gym Master, specifically for self-service or unmanned facilities. It's a great fit because it natively bundles the software right with the door access hardware. And on the total opposite end of the spectrum, there's Club OS. The guide positions this one strictly as a high-powered lead conversion engine and CRM, tailor-made for those massive big-box chains.
All right, finally we have Section 5, Future Fitness Tech Trends, Migrating and Looking Ahead to 2026. Knowing all these alternatives is fantastic, but navigating the actual switch from your current provider and preparing for where the industry is heading, well, that is where the real value lies. Look, making the software switch really doesn't have to be a nightmare. The source outlines a very straightforward 4-step migration playbook. They really emphasize that most of these modern alternatives offer hands-on migration support and data tools. This means you can safely and securely transfer your member records, your schedules, and all those sensitive billing details without dropping the ball.
And looking ahead to 2026, there are a few key integrations you absolutely need to be watching. Whichever platform you end up choosing, they need to be actively developing these cutting-edge technologies. We're talking about AI integrations to predict member churn before it happens, totally flawless mobile app experiences, and much deeper connections with wearable tech. Frankly, if your software isn't looking at these things right now, they're already falling behind. You know, the absolute biggest takeaway from this entire guide really boils down to this core philosophy. Your software shouldn't just be a line item expense on your monthly balance sheet. It really needs to act like an active partner in scaling your facility, stripping away all that friction for your staff, and genuinely elevating the whole member journey. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want you to take a second and honestly ask yourself about your current gym software setup. Is it actively driving your business forward as a true partner? Or is it just a mere vendor, just another hurdle you have to jump over at the end of every single month? Think about it. Thanks for exploring these insights with us, and we really hope this helps you build a stronger, much more efficient fitness business in 2026 and beyond.